Attention passionate Atlanta, Falcons fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC South and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Atlanta Falcons' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Atlanta Falcons fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Atlanta, FALCONS. Let's get to the news now, folks. This is one of those rumors that could shake up the entire NFC South and change the trajectory of the Atlanta Falcons' upcoming seasons. According to Diana Rossini, the buzz is growing around a potential blockbuster trade involving Garrett Wilson, the dynamo wide receiver from the New York Jets. And if this deal goes down, it could be one of the most impactful moves we've seen in recent NFL history, especially for a team like the Falcons, who are already showing serious promise this year. The Jets, sitting at 4-6, are in a tough spot right now. They're dealing with a negative cap situation of around minus $28 million in 2026, and there's a lot of speculation about Aaron Rodgers' future. With Rodgers' retirement hanging in the balance and the Jets' rebuilding phase in full swing, it seems like they're open to making bold moves to accelerate that process. And Garrett Wilson, who has been a bright spot on their roster, is the centerpiece of this potential trade. Wilson, just 25 years old, exploded in 2025, a season that really put him on the map. He's been a route separator with explosive playmaking ability. In 10 games, he's hauled in 48 receptions for 612 yards, averaging 8 yards per catch and over 61 yards per game. He scored 5 touchdowns and has been a nightmare for defenses with his ability to make contested catches, boasting a 72% contested catch rate. What's impressive is that he's done all of this without any serious injuries. He returned from a shoulder strain that sidelined him in weeks 8 through 10, and in his return in week 11, he scored 2 touchdowns against the Dolphins. His career stats since 2022 are eye-popping, over 300 yards and 22 touchdowns, with a YAC, yards after catch, reminiscent of OBJ in his young days. Wilson's ability to gain YAC elevates the Jets' offense, making it more explosive and versatile. In 2024, the Jets have turned into a more dangerous attack, with about 28% of their deep targets converting, pushing them into the top 15 in offensive explosiveness. All of this is happening with a quarterback situation that's still evolving, but Wilson's presence alone is making a huge difference. Now, why would the Jets consider trading Wilson? Well, besides their cap challenges and the draft pick they used on a top 8 quarterback prospect, the Jets are also trying to extend key players like Sauce Gardner and Quinnen Williams. Plus, they're trying to keep their defense competitive, but it's been a bit shaky. They're giving up around 8 points per game, often getting caught in chaotic situations. Moving Wilson might be part of a bigger rebuild, especially if they're eyeing the future with a new QB or trying to free up cap space to extend other core players like Sauce and Quinnen. Switching gears to the Falcons, this potential trade could have seismic repercussions. Atlanta, currently sitting at 6-5, has been building a solid offensive foundation, ranking 14th in points per game with around 25. That's partly thanks to Drake London, who's been phenomenal this season, earning an 82. 6 PFF grade and racking up 612 yards, but adding Garrett Wilson to the mix. That could turn Atlanta's passing attack into a real nightmare for defenses. Imagine a trio with Kyle Pitts, who's already amassed 488 yards, and now Wilson stretching the field and creating mismatches. This kind of weaponry could elevate the Falcons' offense to an elite level, with projections suggesting they could see over 300 additional passing yards collectively, along with a significant bump in touchdowns and efficiency. Wilson's addition would give the Falcons a deep threat that defenses must respect. He's a player who can turn short gains into explosive plays, and his ability to make contested catches under pressure is top tier. When you combine him with London and Pitts, suddenly the Falcons' offense has a new dynamic, one that could really open up the field and complement what Bijan Robinson is doing in the run game. Bijan, already a star, benefits from having a secondary threat like Wilson stretching the field, which opens up more running lanes and creates opportunities for big plays. This move would also shift the scheme under Zach Robinson, pushing the Falcons to a more vertical, aggressive style. It's reminiscent of the Saints in the 2010s, with Thomas and Colston dominating underneath and deep threats stretching defenses, creating chaos. With Wilson's YAC ability, contested catch prowess, and route running, the Falcons could see their passing efficiency skyrocket. Metrics suggest that with Wilson, the Falcons could add around 30 points per game, boost their third down conversion rate from 39% to over 54%, and improve their red zone efficiency from 58% to over 70%. That's a game changer. Now, talking about the playoff picture, this potential trade could seriously boost the Falcons' chances. Right now, their Super Bowl odds are around plus 3,500, but with Wilson joining forces with London, Pitts, and Bijan, those odds could tighten significantly, maybe down to plus 1,400. Wilson's explosiveness and ability to dominate YAC could be the X factor in close playoff games, especially against tough defenses like the Eagles or the Cowboys. His ability to break zones, create separation, and make big plays after the catch makes him a nightmare for any secondary. Imagine Wilson lining up in the slot or outside, drawing double coverage, which frees up London and Pitts to operate underneath or take shots deep. Kirk Cousins, if he's the quarterback, would love this kind of weapon, especially considering his high rating of 98.4 and his ability to deliver accurate passes. Wilson's speed, combined with the Falcons' schematics, could elevate the entire offense to a new level, making the Falcons not just contenders but real threats to take the division and go deep in the playoffs. This potential move also has huge implications for the Falcons' identity. It's about transforming from a team that relies heavily on the run game into one that can strike from anywhere on the field. With Wilson's ability to gain 26 yards per route and create nearly 29% more contested catches, the Falcons would be able to keep defenses honest, open up more play-action passes, and extend drives more consistently. It's a recipe for a high-powered offense that can keep pace with the best in the league. Of course, all of this hinges on whether the Jets are willing to make such a bold move and how Atlanta's front office envisions their future. But it's clear that adding Garrett Wilson would be a game changer, not just for the Jets, but for the Falcons' Super Bowl ambitions. It's about acquiring a young, explosive player who's already proven he can dominate at the NFL level and who can be the centerpiece of Atlanta's aerial attack for years to come. It's a move that could redefine the NFC South landscape and elevate the Falcons into a powerhouse conversation. And keep in mind, this isn't just about a one-season boost. Wilson's presence could help solidify the Falcons' offense for the next few years, especially with the current core of London, Pitts, and Bijan. It's about building something sustainable, something that can compete at the highest level and make a real run in the playoffs. The Falcons have been on the cusp. Now, with a move like this, they could take that final step and become serious contenders. So, Falcons fans, the question is, are we ready for a new era? A future where our offense is unstoppable, where we can throw deep bombs to Wilson and watch him make magic happen? Are we prepared to see our team elevate to a Super Bowl-level squad? The potential trade of Garrett Wilson is a conversation that's gaining steam, and it could very well be the move that puts Atlanta back in the championship conversation. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Atlanta Falcons news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Now I want to hear from you, Falcons fans. What's your take on this potential blockbuster? Do you think adding Garrett Wilson would be the move that finally pushes Atlanta over the top? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinions matter so much to us and the Falcons community. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Atlanta Falcons news. This is an exciting time, and the future is looking brighter than ever. Let's keep that passion alive, and let's get ready for what's next.